everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Beth and this is Beth's Best Hair. It doesn't look like it's best hair, does it? This is my natural look, but today is not about wigs. Today is about eyeshadow, and so many of you have asked me about my cat's eye look and will I do a makeup tutorial. Now, I'm not good at tutorials and I can't really see to put on my makeup without a magnifying mirror. So if you all just want to come along with me, I will kind of walk you through my steps, what I do, and what products I use or what brands I use. Because I don't use name brand everything, but I have found for certain things I do prefer a name brand. So I have already done my face here, like my foundation, and I use the Bare Minerals powder for that. I do use a little bit of a concealer for my under eye bags, and I use a lighter one in here, and that just kind of hopefully helps to blend some of those deeper lines. I have also done a little bit of a glitter here, which at the very end of my makeup, I kind of powder that down. And I don't completely have my lips done, but partially. I line them, I put my lipstick on, and then I put a little bit of a glitter powder there. Then I do everything else. So let's go ahead and get started with my cat's eye look. So first off, I'm gonna start with Morphe. This is Truth or Bare, and I love Morphe eyeshadows, and this is the palette. And that's the matte brown that I typically use on the sides to cover my grays before I put my wig on. But we're gonna go ahead and just do the lighter one all over on the lid. So I'm gonna do that. So I get a pretty good amount on my brush, and I've got my magnifier here so that I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going across the whole entire lid. And that is just sort of a matte beige. And let's do the other one. Same thing. I do tend to get a lot of sort of over powder, so then this is just the little kabuki brush that I use to put on my foundation, so then I just kind of do that to get that off. Now next, I'm going to add a little bit of a shimmer, and that's this one right here. And I'm gonna do that halfway at the eyelid and all the way up. And I'm sure that as I get older and I get more wrinkles, I won't use this shimmer. But right now I still like the shimmer, and I seem to be able to get away with it. So I will probably use it for as long as I can get away with it, right? And let's get some of that over shadow off. So there's that. Okay, so when I am doing my corners and like my liner and my powder that's dark, I don't want to get dark powder all over. So I use Scotch tape, and that helps you to get like a clean line of your shadow. And when I do the dark, I go up. That's how I get the cat's eye effect. So let me just put this tape on, and it's right underneath and up. Just like that, and let's do that on the other side as well. Of course, I can't get the tape to cooperate. So that tape is going up. So that's gonna hold that eyeshadow in that upward direction, kind of lifting everything up and out. So next I have my Too Faced liquid black eyeliner. And I don't use this on the days that I go to work, only when I'm filming, and I might do some filming today. So, which I am right now, of course, and you want to see cat's eye. So I do also, like if I was going out, so I just do a little bit right at the top. I never line ever my whole eye, just a tiny bit on the edge, and then a little bit, like maybe a quarter of the way, right underneath. Just like that, and now I'll do this side. You can get away with cheap lipstick, and personally I like the Wet n Wild liner, like lip liner, the best, because it is a gel and it goes on really smoothly. But I find that a good foundation and good eyeshadow makes a huge difference, or good eye products in general. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add another layer or another dimension. So I have another, this one is Too Faced. I have this palette, Chocolate Bar, which I really like. And so there's some more of the glitters in there. And I kind of go back and forth and decide. This one is my Too Faced Peach. And again, there's also some of those. So you can obviously see which ones I'm using. So I think I'm gonna do this one right here, and that's just gonna be on this side. So this one. This is a really pretty palette. That was the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. Or not Too Faced, yes, Too Faced. All right, so then that one, I just go right here, just on the edge, and everything goes up. Same on this side, everything goes up. Just kind of push it in and go up. I will go back and blend, so this is just a work in progress. So next, I'm gonna do my inner eye. This is where I actually use a cheaper. This is from the Dollar Tree, because it's a sparkle and it's white, and that's what I want, because I want to brighten my eyes. And so I always do a white on the inside. I have not found a white liner that I like. And keep in mind, this is all gonna look funky until it's done. Now I'm just going right in that center, and then bringing it right along and kind of up and over. And then I'll go right on the inner part. What do you call that? The tear line with the white. And I'm not blending anything yet. We're gonna do this next eye. Right in that center. Up and over the tear line. Okay. One of my favorite makeup tools is Q-tips. So now I'm just gonna take the Q-tip and just kind of blend that white a little bit. And if I went a little too far, you know, I can just clean that up. Next, I do the dark eyeshadow on the corners. So, you can either use this one. I have used these two. So those were both the Too Faced palettes, or the Morphe palette, Truth or Bare. And I'm actually gonna use this one right there. So for this one, I'll get my little tiny brush that's angled, which you can see here, and I'm gonna dampen that just a little bit and grab that darker. And I'm almost just gonna apply this like an eyeliner. It's just gonna go right there and on the bottom. And again, everything is going up. And I just think when everything goes up, it gives the illusion of your eyes being lifted. It gives you that cat's eye effect. I'm not a makeup artist. I don't know. I only know what works for me, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to remove the tape before I do the blending. So I'll just lift it here and pull up, and you can see that you get the clean line. And now I have just a little small brush. This is actually a Bare Minerals brush, and I love this. And this is what I will use for the dark blending. So I just kind of tamp, push it in, and kind of pull it up. Kind of run along the lash line. Again, I don't bring the dark all the way, only maybe halfway. And then I use this brush kind of for an all over blend. Okay. Now if I have any eyeshadow, that sort of powder that kind of went over, I just use my little Bare Minerals brush. Any parts that don't look quite blended or whatever, again, I pull out my Q-tip. If I get a little too much on the inner corners, I pull that off with my Q-tip. If the dark went too far on the bottom, you just probably saw me lick the Q-tip. Yes, that's what I do. We do what works. It's my Q-tip, it's my face. I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. My hands have all black. All right. And I usually do like 2 or 3 coats. I don't have any eyelash extensions on. The eyelash extensions, if you saw that video with my daughter, those were great because you don't wear mascara. Well, I still did on the bottom, but you don't put mascara on the extensions. And then sometimes I'll go back and forth just to get right at the base. If I got any mascara sort of on my eyelids or underneath, I use a Q-tip. And I find that if I do it right away, I don't have to get the Q-tip wet or anything. You can just get it to blend. So I clean all that up. All right, so the eyeshadow is done, but it doesn't look complete, does it? Because I don't have any eyebrows. So next, I just kind of brush my eyebrows with a toothbrush. Not one that you use on your teeth. All right, so I have this Too Faced, and it just looks like a mascara, but it's for your eyebrows, and it's just a light, it might be considered a dark blonde. I don't know what the color is. So I only pretty much have eyebrows halfway. So I go ahead and I brush that on. And then I kind of go up and over, like I know the shape that I want. I want that arch above my brow. So I do this one. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil. It is by Crop and it is a vegan. And unfortunately, I am like down to the end. It's hard to find. I usually pick it up at Marshall's because it's much cheaper at Marshall's as opposed to ordering it online, which I think then it's like $15. But at Marshall's, I get it for maybe like $5. So then I use that, and that's just kind of like a brown. I don't do a dark brown. So now I go ahead and add a little more color, and then I just kind of freehand draw the arch. I think if I used a stencil that I would look like Groucho Marx. I just don't think it would work for me. So I just do this. I know how I want it to look. And they're not always even, which is fine. They're sisters, not twins, somebody told me. Okay. Then I take kind of like a little brush like this. I hated this brow pencil. I don't even know what the brand is, but I like this little part of it. So I take that and then I blend. Blend. Now I take my Q-tips and I clean it up. So I go around the outside of it and down. Just like that. Then I just have my cheap LA Colors beige and my little tool here. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. And I do this. And I go over what I just did with the Q-tip because then it kind of had left a white mark and I need it to blend in with my face. So just above the eyebrow, just above it. If I got any black, sometimes I'll go down here. And then I can go back to my toothbrush just to get like the powder out of my eyebrows if anything kind of spilled on. And again, I kind of do everything up and over. Now I'm just about done with my face. My eyes are done. Looks good. I'm happy with it. So I have this little Stargazer, and it's just like a glitter highlighter palette. So I usually will do a little bit on my cheekbones right here and a little bit on the apples. Double check everything. Then I had already done the glitter on my nose. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit of that LA powder and just kind of powder that so it's not too extremely shiny. All right, so I kind of had explained to you the process of my lips. So the last thing I do is I use the Too Faced lip injection, and it's just a gloss. So I put that on. You can see all the mess on the other side of my mirror. Sorry. And this is tingly. It's just supposed to like plump up your lips a little bit. And I kind of put it into the little fine lines right over top of my lip as well, because I kind of line just a little bit on the outside, not too much because you don't want to look like the Joker. All right. And again, a Q-tip if I felt like something is sticking out weird. I do one last little foundation. I haven't added any new powder. Here is where I would go ahead and fill in my sides. Everything looks good. So the last thing that I do is this finishing spray. This is a Too Faced Hangover RX. Love it. Love it. And when I was out in LA at Jacqueline's house, her assistant gave me this fan because it was hot out there. And so this works great. So after I spray this all over, I close my eyes. I spray a good amount and then I just fan myself. All right. There you go. Cat's eye. Of course, we got to do hair. Let's put some hair on. It'll look a little bit better. So I always wash my hands with soap and water before I put my wig on. So I have the Milano wig grip cap. This one is for the lace mono. If you have a center part, you can put it in the center. If you have a side part, you can kind of move it over. That's typically what I do. And then I take my Got2b and I spray right at the base where it's going to strap. And that just holds it on just like that. Just like that. There we go. All right, what wig do I want to wear? I have been loving Jackson, and so has my husband. It's the cute bob. I'm gonna go ahead and link that video over here. I've probably been blowing everybody up with Jackson, but it is really fun. It's cute. And then I usually do a little ear tuck and poof up one side. All right. What do you guys think? I hope you enjoyed this little cat's eye getting ready with me makeup tutorial, if you will. And thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I hope to see you really soon. Bye-bye.